Hey, good afternoon. This is Bob, Trade Genius from the Ides of September. That's the 15th of September for the rest of you. And I don't normally do a video on Friday, but it was very interesting day. Number one in the crypto world, and I think what we're setting our stages up for for the Fed next week. But I just want to talk about crypto because the the move with the China news was pretty unprecedented. You could see from the 1st of September, obviously people had insider information as this thing was drifting down, and it broke my moving average here, plus it hit a top of a range that it was in and started to roll back over, and I hopped off. So I got in, my average, because I buy every week, my average was in the low 40s, and so I jumped off and figured it was going to come down some, and then I was just going to buy back in when it crossed back over the moving average and had that moving average start to tilt higher. But then it just kept selling and selling and selling. So it hit my target at $60, well, actually 57, but I wasn't ready to buy it when I got myself physically ready to buy it. I bought it at 60, and then it rolled over again, and I didn't panic on this. And it's a very important thing to remember, is that when everybody knows something's going to happen, it's not the time for it to happen. So you had the Chinese, you have the talking heads out there, you have Rickards out there, you have these other guys, you had CNBC, you had Jamie Dimon, all talking about the bubble has burst. And we just had this in July with Bitcoin when they were going to fork it. They just basically saying the bubble is broken, Bitcoin's going to 1,000, Ethereum's going to go to $50, Litecoin's going to go back to $5. And because these guys are talking about it, and that's pushing it down, all they're doing is they're cleaning out what's called the weak hands. And so this move that we've seen here is a weak hand to strong hand move, and the volume was just getting huge. So when I talked about this yesterday, I tweeted out, hey, buy some more, 45 or 49. I bought it 49, and then this morning when I saw it puked out, I missed the low because I was sleeping, and I didn't set any limits or stops because I just didn't know where it was going to floor out at. But as I got up, it was 38. I got in at 45, and so I'm in at 60, 49, and 45, and the volume is unprecedented. So this is what we call a puke out bottom. Okay, if it was still ready to go, it wouldn't have this kind of volume. And the Chinese did us a big favor in a number of ways. Number one is now these coins are more distributed around the world. So, and if the Chinese that people still have it are people that can get out of the country anyway to be able to cash these coins in if they needed to. So it's in strong Chinese hands. Hong Kong is delighted this is happening. Okay. And other places that don't have the restrictions this was a gift. And so our view at Trade Genius is that we're now positioned from moving to the end of the year back to new highs. And if Yellen blinks at all next week, this thing's going through the roof, because this is really a thermometer on the fiat currencies, and the US dollar being the biggest one. And you got to realize some of this stuff was not just because of the Chinese, is that you had interest rates backing up, and you had the dollar starting to strengthen a little bit, and that puts pressure on alternative currencies to the dollar. And this move here kind of shook it out. And I'm telling you, I just know a lot of people that are pretty astute investors who've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this to happen. And they're moving in big ways, in ways I've never seen before. People were dabbling before. Now they're pushing their chips in. And these are people that have, I think, good world business sense knowledge. And pretty exciting that I'm seeing some of these people now come along on something that we've been trading for a while. And so I encourage you to kind of join what we're doing in the crypto room. And we're at last day of the sale. Yesterday we probably had one of the biggest days of new members in our history, because I think people are recognizing this phenomenon and the value that we're providing, and we want to give you a chance to get into it pretty cheaply. and really get a bargain out of this, so we can all win together. This is a horse and buggy to a car change in what's going on. I don't think people fully understand how it's making a lot of industries irrelevant, and so this is going to move. You know, the younger kids today, they don't understand the value of government at all, because they don't see it. You know, not like when we were younger. If you're in your mid-50s to mid-70s, you know that you saw that the government provided some sort of value. All they see the government doing is overcharging them for school, overcharging them for health care, restricting their lifestyles, shitty jobs, low pay work, and so they're rejecting that mantle. And what do the banks do for them? You know, a lot of fees, a lot of restrictions, and these kids are app dependent, they're mobile dependent, and then you turn to the stock market and it's just not moving, or it's rigged in a sense that a lot of people get frustrated. You know, you have a stock market that's moving, you know, a quarter point a week, and then you have places like with Litecoin, people made 80% of their money that bought the bottom. 80%. You know, that's 7 years worth of average stock market returns. That's going to attract people in. Because people say, oh, volatility is speculative. Volatility is where traders make money. Okay, the stock market, until the Fed starts getting out of the middle of every single transaction in the central banks, it's flatlining, it's dying, it's going to zero. And people are looking for places where they can actually make money, make a difference in their life, and they're seeing it in this world. And it behaves very well technically. You know, nobody could say that they were surprised that the cryptocurrencies were going down. You can just see it in the chart. You know, the moving average, prices under the main moving average. It came up and touched it, rejected it. You know, if you didn't get out here would have give you a big warning. And the stochastics are telling you that, hey, look, it's crossing down. I mean, this is, if you were long here and you didn't get out here, well, you deserve to get whacked. Okay? So it's not like this is a big surprise, like you woke up one morning and it went from 100 to 50. That's not what happened. This was very, very controlled sell-off, and this is the puke out right here. Look at it come back. And so this is bull flagging here. We're going into the weekend. You know, this is going to push right back up. The way I'm going to play it, for me personally, is that because I'm in over 100% of what I like to have in, is that I'm going to roll out at certain percentage gains, or if I get crossovers into stochastics, I'll reduce back down to a 100% weighting on this, and then let it ride up with the as long as it's above the moving average. So we may consolidate one or two more times here, and then I'm looking for this thing to definitely break over 100 for Litecoin. And so in our room, the guys trade Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin. They're trading OMG. They're trading about 6 or 7 different coins in there. The room is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's traders in there all the time sharing. And my partner Phil is probably, I would put him against anybody in the world in terms of his knowledge on this whole revolution. And he just gives great insight, and really helps people get into some of the right ICOs. And so I'm banging the table on this. You know, I've been pushing this pretty hard all week. I think it's important. You know, people come to us because they want to learn how to make money. Well, this is how you're going to make a lot of money really fast. And when the stock market turns again, there's going to be some incredible opportunities in the trading gold and silver, because that's coming next. Because they will not be able to reduce that balance sheet without causing an incredible contraction in the economy. And it's already going into recession. China market sucks. The U.S. market is sliding down. We're going to go into another double-digit increase in healthcare costs, and it's just going to break the system down. There's $4 trillion in commercial real estate debt. Well, people are bailing out of commercial real estate. You know, retailers are shutting down stores. Malls are collapsing. Okay, they overbuilt apartments, and that's just going to put more pressure on the banks. And it's going to be, I think the next 6 months are going to be incredible rides. And with the volatility suppressed so much in the in the stock market right now. And you know, my stock and trade, way before it became popular, I was trading the XIV and the UVXY puts, and I've literally been staying away from it for the last couple months because you can wake up one morning, if volatility goes 80% higher in one day from the next, they have a clause in the agreement that they will shut down XIV, shut it down, and you become an unsecured creditor to get your money back. So you can literally wake up one morning with XIV at 88 or 90 and wake up to find out your money is locked up until they decide to disperse it, if there's anything left. You got to realize this is a derivative of a derivative. And so anybody holding that thing overnight, over the weekend or even overnight, are just simply crazy. What if Kim Jong-un's rocket went the wrong way and crashed into Tokyo? He didn't mean it, but it just did. Okay? Or somebody overreacts to something. Or a terrorist attack uses a dirty bomb. I mean, you're wiped out. And if volatility pops, the stock market's down 20-30% in a blink. So there's a lot of things to be really worried about being overexposed in the stock market. You know, dripping and dropping for, you know, 0.25% here every couple weeks, you know, at all-time highs is I'm sorry, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And you need to have something that's going to protect you from the short side, and on the short side, and something to protect you, you know, gold and silver miners and the cryptocurrency. So that's my focus, is that I'm always putting something short on. I don't care if I get stopped out. Stops are tight. I'm building my miner position up. It's my biggest personal position. Okay, I'm trading futures so I get some sort of volatility, and we're into cryptocurrencies. And so it's just a good package for us. And if you're in the Trade Genius Academy side and you take the crypto courses, you buy the courses, we give you the room for free for a year. And people that have been following us already paid for their courses 10 times over this week alone. So join us. You know, we'll help you make money almost every day. Thanks. Have a great weekend. I'll put a weekend report out there, but you have to midnight tonight, and we're gonna close down the special and welcome our new members. Thanks. Bye bye.